right. Counter-Strike will never die.
Counter-Strike
Yeah.
2. I don't know, I never played the game.
Me
A
neither.
world-renowned FPS game that you may have...
Bro, they have fire at these events? Holy shit. What am I missing? This is probably the coolest thing that you could do at some of these events. I mean, if you look at concerts, there's light shows, big LED screens in the background, smoke, fire, so on and so forth. I think to make the pro scene and these events more palatable for the normal person, you need to incorporate way more things to make it more worth it for an average person to go to visit these events. All right, because one of the main letdowns of the events, I would say, I mean, I've only really been to like one live game event, and it was a fighting game tournament, and it wasn't bad. There was a lot of stuff going on. There's lots of vendors, a bunch of big screens, lots of chairs to sit down and watch, see what everything is going on. Heck, you can even rub shoulders with professional players because they just, whenever they're done doing their match, they just come down in like the front seats or whatever, and just talk and chill. So in that respect, it's cool, but in regards of like maybe a top 8 situation or a top 16 or a grand finals type deal, you have to you really have to up your game as far as entertainment goes. And I think incorporating just more concert type things in these live gaming events is, I think it would be a big service to the overall gaming community, because I just saw this and I was like, oh wow, this is, I mean, yeah, it's just fire. It's like, ooh, fire, whatever. But I think it's very unexpected. Okay. This is the coolest shit. I expect this stuff, like I said, from a concert, not a gaming tournament or whatever. So I think these are taking steps in the right direction. And, do more of it. Make it more of a spectacle. Have a halftime show. Have, your favorite singer come out and sing a song or whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's go.
FPS game that you may have heard of. Maybe.
Bro, who has a million hours? All right, this is a what is this? Counter-Strike Global Offensive, a million hours playing 23 minutes ago. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this is a bot account, and this thing is just farming skins or whatever. Yeah, for those dog shit gamble sites. So that's what this is. Clearly.
An untouchable Goliath, only having its #1 most played position overtaken by PUBG for like a month or so. Then CS.
Yeah. I mean, I think CS:GO is probably one of the most longest standing FPSs. It's been around the longest. It's been the most consistent. As far as the gameplay goes, it's very formulaic with regards to M&K gameplay. I think you can play on controller, but nobody actually does. If they do, it's for like a one-off joke or whatever. But yeah.
CSGO was like, give me that back. Where's this week's lunch money? I don't know what Valve is smoking in their offices, dude, but the ideas and concepts they come up with are always fire. These guys are the head chefs, showing all these other studios that their game is raw, and they forgot the goddamn fun sauce.
What are you?
A terrible game company.
I mean, I'm sure you're seeing a trend with the Never Die series here.
Yeah.
With Counter-Strike 2 right over the horizon, I want to take away some of your lifespan to talk about why Counter-Strike will never die.
And also, something else that will never die that people do not want to admit is the gambling that goes along with it. It's in real sports. It's in gaming. esports as well. And I think Counter-Strike figured this out a long time ago because there's a whole ecosystem of money being made with all of the gambling CSGO case openings, so on and so forth. I don't feel like, talking, so much about it, but as long as CSGO is a thing, gambling CSGO skins is also a thing. And arguably is holding up the ship that is CSGO. So, yeah.
Nails are kind of dirty. They're really dirty.
Talk about fries.
So you can afford a knife, but you can't afford fucking hand sanitizer?
If you're like me, you're probably waiting for your own Counter-Strike 2 code. Bored.
No.
Lost. Unfortunately, I still don't have access to CS2, but I think everything I say in this video still applies, since, well, it's essentially the same game.
They're
Yes.
the same picture.
That's
True.
not a bad thing, though. If I could describe the reasoning for Counter-Strike's success,
Exactly. Okay. Nobody wants basketball 2. Nobody wants soccer 2. Nobody wants hockey 2, football 2. What else? Nobody wants golf 2. All right. They just want the same game, just maybe update it with a little bit. All right. Keep the same maps, the same gunplay, the same gameplay, the same physics, same hit reg, same this, same that, whatever. This is the most consistent FPS game, probably in history. All right, you get new graphics, but nobody cares. You're just gonna turn them all down to the lowest setting anyway. All right, so that's not even a good argument.
in one sentence, it would be, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
True.
Gandhi, 1940.
Oh, that was close. That was also really close.
In a day and age where games release sequel after sequel, change after change,
Yeah.
Counter-Strike is the motherfucking anime protagonist, wearing the exact same outfit every single day and still stealing your girl. With most of Valve's games, they find their golden secret formula, and then they keep producing more of it.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please work the register? I'm trying to order something here. Wait in line.
Nice.
Other games can try copying that same formula, but it will always be missing that X factor.
I mean, yes, it's gonna be missing an X factor, but Valorant is just a different flavor of Counter-Strike. Essentially, they're the same game. One has abilities, one doesn't, but most of the abilities are like smoke and explosions. So who really cares? They're essentially the same game.
No matter how hard they try to replicate it. We'll talk about this secret sauce in a little bit, though. Where Counter-Strike truly thrives is the way it
Actually, if I am going to go ahead and say they're essentially the same game, does Valorant have a degenerate gamble scene as bad as CS? I'm not sure. I'd be curious.
handles its follow-up games, as in, it doesn't. I feel like video game sequels usually hurt a franchise more than it grows.
Yeah.
There's no better way to explain what I mean by this than to talk about a franchise that has been mentally abusing me for the past decade, Halo.
True. All right, but Halo 1, 2, and 3, and arguably Reach, were goated. Everything else after that was essentially dog shit.
Emotional, damn it.
Look, I'm not here to
I
shit
love
on your
that
favorite
meme.
Halo game, at least not today. But all of Halo's changes and evolutions it's had over the past 10 plus years is a big contributing factor to why that series is on life support. Every sequel split the player base more and more. Some people love Halo 3 and its classic gameplay. Some people like Halo 4 for its inclusion of COD-style custom loadouts and perks. Some people like Halo 5 for
Said nobody ever, actually.
its advanced movement. But each of these games play and feel drastically different from one another. Even Call of Duty has this problem, one of the biggest franchises in the world. Some people refuse to play modern boots on the ground CODs in favor of their fart gas double jumps and exoskeletons. There is a divide in population. Each game has its own hardcore fans, and for multiplayer games, that severely hurts the overall population of your entire franchise.
Yep.
Halo, like Counter-Strike, also had a secret formula of their own.
They
But
did.
then another chef came in and poured in a bucket of fucking horseradish. Counter-Strike does not have this issue.
Yo, can you shoot that man?
I know CS Source and 1.6 exist, but those are still nearly identical to CSGO apart from a few balancing differences. Valve kept their secret formula. Oh, well, that guy is, that's unfortunate. Their world-famous dish, and instead served it with a bunch of different knives that you gamble for.
Alright,
Yeah.
this is my first time opening a case, I think, ever, so I guess we'll see how it goes.
Oh, dang.
I can get some... Hey, yo!
A
Ain't no
purple
way I got a
thing.
purple first time, dude. Wow. Man, that was
Wow.
invigorating.
Oh, wow. What does it say? Ticket to hell. True. If this is the first case opening, this is your ticket to gambling addiction. How does it feel? Ooh, bro, you think the first case you open, they're obviously not going to give you some like yellow or red thing. You think they'll give you like a purple? It's always going to be like a purple thing on everybody's first case opening, just to give them that little shot of adrenaline. Like, oh my god, I don't even know if the case openings have like, do the case openings have a pity timer? I don't think so, right? Or maybe they, I don't think so. No, there's no way they would. Because then everything would be insanely cheap. But yeah.
I will chase this feeling. Come on, come on, come on. One more. I'm feeling pretty good now, alright? I thought.
Oh, wow.
Alright, I'm over it.
So what exactly is this secret formula, you may be asking right now, because I control your thoughts. CSGO also perfects another phrase, easy to pick up and hard to master.
True.
Master Uguay, 2008.
Monkey.
The gameplay of Counter-Strike is simple, like extremely simple. Playing CSGO is like the modern day 1700s Revolutionary War. Just bear with me here. A lot of gunfights demand that you stand completely still, firing at the other person until they die, which is really, really goddamn funny.
Go get him, Yogi. Go get him. Yeah, you got this. Yeah, boy. Yeah, with the SMG, too.
There's a sniper.
Oh, shit. Why is this guy not dying, dude? What? This is so stupid, bro.
I don't say this as a negative or anything. Far, far from it. I just think it's very interesting to
I mean, people will always lean onto the fact and say Counter-Strike is more realistic because you have to stand still and shoot because that's how you would in real life. But honestly, I would say nobody cares about the realism of a shooting game. If that's what you like, then that's what you like. I can't like argue with that. But whenever I'm playing a shooting game, I want good movement and good gunplay. All right, the game needs to feel responsive. CS does check the boxes off, even though you do have to stand still and shoot. There is a considerable amount of movement incorporated into the game because it's a source engine. So with that, the source engine has this thing where you can maintain your momentum in the air, and you can do things like bunny hopping where you bind scroll, your like scroll wheel to jump, so you can spam the jump button and maintain, if not pick up speed. It's something like that. I've actually never played a match of CSGO. But the game is just really responsive.
see that this game is still so incredibly popular, despite the fact that most kids play FPS games like they just snorted some crushed up Fruity Pebbles. That's not really their fault though. Pretty much every game nowadays has sprinting and sliding.
Yeah, this is a standard in most FPSs, and some people do like it and some people not so much. Because if you have sprinting, which takes away the ability to shoot someone, you need to have a middle ground, which is hip fire, and then you need to have another extreme on the other side, which is ADS. Okay? So you have ADS, hip fire, and sprint. Polar opposites. And then this thing in the middle. Counter-Strike, there is one movement, and I think it's one movement. You can crouch and you can walk. And I'm not sure if you can. I know you take your knife out and you walk a little bit faster or whatever, and you can ADS in Counter-Strike, but that's with so few guns because most of the time you're just hip firing the guns because everything is essentially hit scan, which means wherever the reticle is, the bullet will go there 100% of the time on the first shot, or something to that effect.
Promotes this crackhead behavior. Even that new game, Redfall, whatever it's called, a co-op game about fighting vampires, has slide canceling. If I see one more shooter game forcing slide canceling, I'm going to self-cannibalize myself into nothingness. So the idea that you have to stop moving entirely to get an accurate shot is definitely a niche FPS mechanic, but that uniqueness is also why CSGO is so incredibly satisfying to play. If you die in this game, it is 1000% your fault.
Oh, what the? Oh, Lance.
Bro, I'm fucking shooting you, dude. I don't know what else to do here.
Either due to poor positioning,
Expected it.
What the fuck?
or because skill issue, bitch, aim better.
Yeah.
Alright, my guy. You think you're funny, huh? Peek one more time. I dare you.
Nope.
There are no heroes and abilities. You can't just pull a rocket launcher out of your asshole for a team wipe. CSGO doesn't play that participation trophy BS, alright baby? You gotta earn everything. The mechanics of CSGO are so easy to understand that a monkey could figure it out. You get
Point
one
and
life
shoot.
per round. Every round starts with a buy phase where you get weapons and equipment. Unless you're poor, because your dumbass bought an op, and you lost it within 10 seconds because you're still in your 10th warm-up round. The attackers try to attack or extract an objective.
Yeah, you played that bomb, boy.
And the defenders
The fuck?
defend.
What you looking at, huh? Joe?
Yeah, sit that big ass on site.
Your big penis won't help you out here. Joe?
And that's it. I mean, there
So the whole gameplay of Counter-Strike is very simple. All right, even from a spectator perspective, it's very simple to understand. You know, you have all your players up here, whether you have their health at the bottom, whether they're alive or dead. You have a little kill feed right here. You got a map. And it's all realistic weapons. Like, you can find these weapons in real life. It's not like Valorant type guns, you know, where they're just like slightly stylized versions of realistic guns. Anybody can look at this gun and look, it's an AK. Okay? It even says right down here, AK-47. But I didn't even need to look down there to know and look. Oh, he's got an AK-47. So it appeals in that respect to the masses of people that maybe could be fence sitting on whether or not they're like just looking at video games in the first place and they're looking for something to play, and all of a sudden they just stumble onto Counter-Strike. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's got realistic guns. I understand this. Oh, I might be interested in playing this. Oh, there's one-shot kills just like in real life. Oh my god, he got the headshot. Oh my goodness. All right, so it's even from a spectator perspective, it's very easy to understand.
There are a few other modes, like your standard deathmatch and hostage extraction, but Defuse is the real meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Go, baby. It's about pride.
Oh, they also have their own Battle Royale mode, and,
Really?
well, no one plays it.
I have been waiting for almost 7 minutes.
There's no sprinting, slide canceling bullshit, no leaning, no double jumps. In fact, most of the weapons you can't even aim down sights apart from scoped weapons.
Yeah.
Pulling out the Call of Duty weapon.
I had for 85. Fuck.
Oh wow, yeah, that's much easier.
I also need to mention the clear lack of hit markers here. Quick mini rant, but I fucking hate hit markers.
True, dude. They're just more visual clutter. Okay? They're just more visual clutter. If you see the hit marker, that means you didn't kill him. Okay? When you shoot a bad guy, they need to fall down like this man did up here. One shot, one kill on all guns, all right? Deal with it.
Don't get me wrong, I think some games that have them are fine, and they
Oh yeah, like Call of Duty 100% needs a hit marker to figure out where the heck the center of your screen is, because half the time there are so many factors that contribute to visual clutter in Call of Duty. It's overwhelming. It's insane. It's one of the reasons I don't play Call of Duty anymore, because you have camera shake, you have gun shake, you have what's the little fire that comes out of the barrel or whatever. There's that thing, the fire that comes out of the barrel. What else? You have random explosions. You have this red glow around the monitor whenever you take a hit. So the second you get hit, you have a very small chance of trying to recover and doing any sort of counterplay. The screen just shakes when you walk. The screen shakes even more when you run. And when it comes to slide canceling or whatever, last time I checked, that still shakes your screen more. So there's just so much screen shaking for the sake of immersion. And and also with all the screen shaking and gun shaking, there's attachments to take that away. However, those attachments, when you level up your gun, are at the end of the gun level thing or whatever. So if you want those good ass attachments, you need to grind that gun a long time. Oh baby.
It can be a good accessibility option, but thank God Valve doesn't do this.
Okay.
There's something so oddly satisfying about getting a one-tap and not having a bunch of random shit pop up on your screen to distract you from the moment.
Yeah.
This is all just cheap dopamine psychology. I
True.
don't need to see plus 100 to know that I just domed some guy, because I saw homeboy do a backflip.
Boom.
Just gave that dude plastic surgery.
It also makes the overall audio of the game extremely crisp. That is, unless you're getting callouts from your Chad teammates.
You know what? Screw B. I don't want to go B.
Rush mid, everyone rush mid, everyone rush mid.
Bro, your mic is so loud. What the fuck? Yo, sorry, Green was making me deaf, so I had to turn him down.
I'm so sorry, fellas.
The guns feel so punchy.
Get fucked.
Oh.
Because when you shoot, you hear the gun, not these wet farts telling you that your bullets are hitting the guy. Valve is doubling
True.
down on this philosophy too, by improving the in-game visual indicators on when you're turning that terrorist into Swiss cheese.
Oh dang, I didn't know that was actually a thing. That's pretty cool.
All of CSGO's design philosophies support the idea that this game is as crystal clear as it gets. Not for everyone though.
Bro, what on earth is this guy shooting at? Bro, this socket guy's like fucking...
He's obviously walling, okay? This is his first day on Counter-Strike. He bought the game, but I think the game's free to play. And then he bought his cheats, and he has no idea where the map is or who's where. So, yeah, he's just going around walling.
Tripping. He's so paranoid looking. Look at him.
Yeah, Sake is like actually schizophrenic. He's like actually fighting his ghosts right now alongside everyone on T.
It doesn't have to distract the player by waving eye candy in front of them. It's all about the game, which is so damn fun.
Good peek.
Duked out, baby.
Ooh.
Oh,
Good flick.
I got a collab, dude.
Oh fuck, why did you guys do this to me?
They're on it.
Let's get them up, fellas. Come on, rattle them. I see one over there. Ah!
Hey, I'm trying to walk here. Trying to walk here. That's right, bitch.
Oh, so you better move, dog. You better not do it.
Said I'm trying to walk here.
Oh, and I can't forget the gem of a community, which is honestly pretty half and half.
Yeah. Unless you're a girl, then it's pretty much like 99-1, where the 99% is against you, and you need to constantly just mute everybody.
You guys are really cool people, you know that?
Thank you, I really appreciate it. I really do. You too, man. You have a really good armor.
I'm feeling so much love right now.
I'm glad I woke up this morning.
This is very nice.
I'm glad you woke up this morning too.
Later.
You guys are awesome people.
I'll like eat you. I'll come to your house and like eat you.
I'm gonna fucking kill you, bitch.
I said for money. Come buy
Let's talk about support and live service. Valve has a weird relationship with their live service models. They either pour their entire hearts out into creating consistent new content for the game, or they treat the game as if it has the damn cheese touch, not even breathing in its general direction. CSGO updates, as far as I know, are only like minor bug fixes. The last maps that were added were a year ago, and they were created by the community. Hell, even most of the skins in the game are community made. I feel like
Okay, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't even know that. If the community is making the maps and the skins, I think that's a W.
broken record at this point.
Instead of a lot of other games where it's $50 for blue.
But mods are also a massive part of Counter-Strike. Of course, it's a Valve game. The Valve community refuses to let their game succumb to boredom. Valve is like the parent of a Disney Channel kid celebrity, just kind of sitting back on the sidelines, letting their baby do all the work for them. It makes sense though, because Counter-Strike fans are very picky about what is added or changed to their game. It has had an established, perfect balance over the course of 2 decades. If Valve were to add a new rifle to the game tomorrow, oh my god, the internet would be on fire, dude. It is an extremely tight rope that they are walking, and their balance will be tested with
CS2.
Counter-Strike 2 just shows that Valve is fully aware that the only thing that can kill Counter-Strike is Counter-Strike. With CSGO being permanently replaced in the near future, I am genuinely curious if Valve can hold on to this success. Their biggest change in the last 20 years are the way smoke grenades work. Being able to carve out holes or push it away with grenades. Now, while this is really fucking cool, and I haven't seen this level of smoke physics, well, ever, I want to emphasize that this simple change alone could actually hurt Counter-Strike.
I mean, could it? I mean, we won't really know until the release. I mean, there's probably some things going on behind the scenes where they invite pro players to just play matches with the smoke physics and do weird things like throw a smoke, then instantly throw a grenade, and then get in position. The grenade goes off, it clears the smoke for a split second just to flick onto somebody, and then the smoke goes back up, then you like dip out of the way or something like that. Or maybe you can peek, or so let's say you're like doing this corner right here, you throw a smoke grenade right here, and you know about where someone is at, so you could do like a short peek, pop a hole in the smoke, and then maybe if they're close enough, micro adjust, and so you do like a 2-shot like bop bop type deal, like a 2-shot peek or whatever. So maybe, who knows, but we'll see.
There is a very big possibility of a large portion of the community hating this change. Again, they've been playing CSGO for the past 10 years. They know this game like the back of their Dorito-dusted, crusted hands.
Yeah.
On the flip side, there will also be a large portion of the community loving this change.
And also, I think a more cooler update was the introduction of the subtick servers. So I think, I don't exactly know how it works or whatever, but I just know everything in relationship to Apex. Apex, I think it has like 20 tick servers. And then Counter-Strike runs on 128 tick servers. Essentially, the more ticks the server has, the more responsive your gunshots are. So there's less errors that occur where your bullet hits an opponent, but it doesn't register with the server. So it'll look like you're shooting the person, but on a 20-tick server, depending on if they get out of the way or it wasn't just right correctly on them, it won't even register that you hit them. Whereas a 128-tick server, and in CS2, the introduction of sub-tick servers, there are more instances of your bullet registering a hit, which I think is a huge positive.
Finally having new Counter-Strike content to sink their teeth into, and learning how to maximize its potential to the absolute fullest. It will be interesting to see if Valve has the balls to make any other changes to this classic game, and
They won't.
only time will tell if this new Counter-Strike will be controversial or universally loved. Either way, this franchise is not losing this #1 spot anytime soon. Unless Valve finally releases the TF2 sex update.
The sex update.
What? Oh man. Oh, this was funny. I like the Never Die series that Kelski's doing. I think it's cool. Yeah, CS ain't going anywhere anytime soon. It's still a leader in the FPS community. I mean, even though I'm not really interested in playing it at all, neither am I CS2. I still think it's good to have some sort of FPS that doesn't change a lot with its updates. I mean, because if you compare it against Apex, every new season or mid-season patch or monthly patch, whatever, there's always things fixing the game, like rebalancing the game, breaking the game, more bugs are introduced with each new patch. And to have something like CS in the esports scene is, I think, in general, pretty good. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. All right, so I'll catch you guys on the next one, and I will see you later. All right, peace.